Takotsubo Cardiomyopathy, a poem by Dr. Richard Berlin. I'm reviewing a left ventriculography from a man with chest pain. MI ruled out, his wife dead for a post-crash hour. The scan shows his cardiac apex bulging with each beat, shaped like a Takotsubo, an octopus trap a Japanese cardiologist recalled from his childhood fishing village. The scan, just another broken heart's beaten down story of futility and resilience. And I will say, I am sorry for your loss. Explain the image. Reassure him his heart muscle will recover in a week. All the time wishing I could hug him with 8 strong arms instead of 2. Well, Paula, it's quite extraordinary hearing from your interview with Dr. Andrew Schumann that broken heart syndrome is a real medical condition, not just some kind of literary metaphor.
I know, we think of it as, oh, you have a broken heart, you'll get over it. It was hugely interesting to me to discover there is such a syndrome, that it is a condition and it's caused by stress. So stress causes this heart attack, which is incredibly painful. But most people recover, as we know from Andrew Schumann's testimony. However, in this poem, the doctor who's writing it is comforting himself as much as anything else by the act of writing a poem about the awful condition and how he feels that he wants to not just put 2 arms around his patient suffering, but 8 arms, and like an octopus. So it's a wonderful image of wanting to have the 8 arms around him. The humanity, I think, of the doctor really beautifully is
yeah.
resonates.
So actually the act of writing for the doctor is a form of stress management for himself. Of course, the more normal way, all through history really, in which poets have addressed broken hearts, love and loss, is by way of a range of metaphors. And you've been speaking to a young man, Jack Lancaster, who was very affected by a series of poems by Sir Philip Sidney, a poet from the time of Shakespeare, who wrote a sequence of poems about love and the loss of love. And I wonder if you'd just like to introduce that for us before we hear your interview with Jack.
Yes, I mean, the idea was that he was suffering from a broken heart, but took enormous comfort from the fact that he wasn't alone. We come again and again to this idea that why do we read poetry? One reason is so we don't feel alone, but also that other people have experienced something that we feel is just peculiar to us. So in Jack's case, as we'll hear later, he talks about the comfort derived from reading something that was written so long ago, but seemed to describe and give words to something that he felt was unique to his own suffering, his own sense of having a broken heart. He's also very interested in composition, composing poems as a form of catharsis, not just reading poems as what we're doing here, but also writing poems. And I'm struck by this particular poem because it's a doctor, it's a medical man writing a poem, which is as much a comfort probably for him as it is for the readers reading it.